Hello students, in our last video we have completed the exercise 8.1. Today we'll start the next exercise 8.2, but before that let us first go through a concept which is called as a midpoint theorem. Now in this theorem, you see the theorem 1, it states that the line segment joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side and it is equal to half of it. Now let us understand this. For this, we have drawn this diagram and it is given that ABC is a triangle where E and F are the midpoints of AB and AC respectively. We need to prove here that EF is parallel to BC. Also, EF is equal to half of BC. So for this, we have drawn a construction in which through this vertex C, we draw CD which is parallel to AB, and this meets this EF line, the line EF, when we extend it, it meets the line C at the point D. Now to prove this one, we consider two triangles AEF and CFD. Now in these two triangles, AFE is equal to angle CFD because they are vertically opposite angles. Also AF is equal to FC since F is the midpoint, and EAF is equal to FCD because they are alternate angles, since this line say AB is parallel to CD and AC is the transversal. Now therefore we can say that these two triangles, that is AEF is congruent triangle CDF by ASA congruency. Now if these two triangles are congruent, then AE will be equal to CD and EF will be equal to FD by CPCT. So I will keep this as equation number 1. Also AE is equal to your BE since E is the midpoint of AB. So I keep this as equation number 2. So from these two equations 1 and 2, I can say that AE is equal to BE is equal to CD. Keep this as equation number 3. And BE is parallel to CD. By construction we got this. Therefore we can say that BCD is a parallelogram. Now if this is a parallelogram, then ED, this ED is parallel to BC. Also EF we can say that parallel to BC. Now also we can say that ED is equal to BC. Since BC is equal to ED, here I have written BC is equal to ED. So ED here can be written as EF plus FD. I have written here EF plus FD. From equation 1, see here EF is equal to FD. So in place of FD I can write here again EF. So this becomes twice of EF. And finally we get EF is equal to half of BC. Thus the theorem 1, which states that the line segment joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side and equal to half of it, is proved. Okay. Now we'll go to the converse of this theorem, which is theorem number 2, which states that the line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle parallel to another side bisect the third side. So for this also we draw this diagram in which it is given that ABC is a triangle and E is the midpoint of AB and EF is parallel to BC. Then BE will be equal to AE because E is the midpoint. Now we need to prove here that F is the midpoint of AC. So here also we draw a construction in which we draw CM parallel to AB and extend EF such that it intersects CM and the point D. Now in triangle AEF and in triangle CFD, FAE, this angle is equal to FCD because AB is parallel to CM and AC is the transversal. So these are alternate angles. Again angle AEF, this angle is equal to angle CDF where AB is parallel to CM and ED is the transversal. And here CD is equal to your AE because BCDE is a parallelogram. So CD is equal to BE is equal to AE. Therefore we can say that these two triangles are congruent to each other. And if these two triangles are congruent, then AF will be equal to FC by CPCT. If AF is equal to FC, then we can say that F is the midpoint of this line AC. Okay. So with these two concepts, we will start with the next exercise, that is 8.2. Let us see the first sum. In this first sum, it is given that P, Q, R and S are the midpoints of sides AB, BC, CD and DA respectively. Since P is the midpoint, so AP will be equal to PB. DQ will be equal to CQ because Q is the midpoint. R is the midpoint, so DR will be equal to CR, and since S is the midpoint, so DS is equal to AS. We need to show here that SR is parallel to AC and SR is also half of AC. Then PQ is equal to SR and PQRS is a parallelogram. So for this, in triangle ADC, in this triangle ADC, we have S as the midpoint of AD and R as the midpoint of DC. So we know that the line segment joining the midpoints of the two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side. So SR will be parallel to AC and also it will be half of AC. I have kept this one as equation number 1 and equation number 2. Next, in triangle ABC, we have PQ parallel to AC and it is also equal to half of AC. I have kept this one as equation number 3 and 4. So from the equation 2 and 4, we can say that SR is equal to PQ, which is equal to half of AC. And from equation number 1 and 3, we can say that PQ is parallel to SR and also it is equal to SR. Now, since a pair of opposite sides of a quadrilateral PQRS is equal and parallel, therefore we can say that PQRS is a parallelogram. So the three things which we were about to show, we can show this through this proof. Okay. So now let us go to the second sum. See here, in this sum, it is given that ABCD is a rhombus and P, Q, R and S are the midpoints of the sides AB, BC, CD and DA respectively. Here we need to show that PQRS is a rectangle. So by the midpoint theorem in triangle ADC, in this triangle ADC, SR is parallel to AC and also it is equal to half of AC. Keep this one as equation number 1. Now in this triangle ABC, again PQ is parallel to AC and also it is equal to half of AC. Keep this as equation number 2. See here, from this equation 1 and 2, I can say that PQ is parallel to SR and also it is equal to SR. Therefore, PQRS can be considered as a parallelogram. Now, we know that in the diagonals of the rhombus bisect each other at right angles. Here ABCD is the rhombus. So therefore, COD is equal to 90 degree. If COD is 90 degree, then we can say that angle EOF is also equal to 90 degree. Put this one as equation number A. RQ is parallel to BD by midpoint theorem. RQ is parallel to BD by midpoint theorem. So we can say that RE is also parallel to OF. Also, SR is parallel to AC from equation 1. SR is parallel to AC. So, FR is parallel to OE. Therefore, we can say that OERF is a parallelogram. Now, since this is a parallelogram, therefore the opposite angles will be equal. So, here angle ERF will be equal to angle EOF. Now, here we know that angle EOF is equal to your 90 degree. Angle EOF is equal to 90 degree from equation A. So, since EOF is 90, so ERF also can be written as 90 degree. See here I have written here angle R is equal to 90 degree. Therefore, we can say that PQRS is a rectangle because one angle is 90 degree here. Thus, it is proof that PQRS is a 90 degree because angle R is equal to 90 degree. Okay. Now, for today, let us go to the last sum, that is number 3. Now, in this sum, it is given that ABCD is a rectangle and AD is equal to BC and AB is equal to CD. Also, PQRS are the midpoints of AB, BC, CD and DA respectively. We need to show here that PQRS is a rhombus. Now for the proof, since PQRS, these are the midpoints of AB, BC, CD and DA, therefore we can say that PS is parallel to BD and also it is half of BD by the midpoint theorem. Keep this one as equation number 1. And here again SR is parallel to AC and half of AC, again by the midpoint theorem. Put this one as equation number 2. Now in the rectangle ABCD, AC is equal to your BD. Therefore we can say that PS is equal to SR from 1 and 2. PS is equal to SR, we can say this. Now in triangle ASP, see this triangle ASP and BQP, this triangle, we have AP is equal to PB because P is the midpoint. Again, AS is equal to BQ. Why? Because AD is equal to BC and S and Q are the midpoints of AD and BC. Therefore, we can say that AS is equal to BQ. Also, from these two triangles, angle A and angle B is equal to 90 degree. Therefore, we can say that ASP is congruent triangle BQP. Now, if these two triangles are congruent, then we can say that SP is equal to PQ from CPCT. SP is equal to PQ. Now, again we will consider the two triangles RDS and RCQ. Now, from these two triangles, SD is equal to CQ. Since AD is equal to BC and S and Q are the midpoints of AD and BC, therefore we can say that SD is equal to CQ. Also, DR is equal to RC because R is the midpoint, and angle C is equal to angle D is equal to 90 degree each. Therefore, again these two triangles are congruent to each other by SAS congruency. Since these two triangles are congruent, so SR is equal to RQ by CPCT. So from the three conditions above, we can say that PS is equal to SR is equal to RQ is equal to QP. Therefore, the sides are equal, and since the sides are equal, thus we can say that PQR and SR is a rhombus. So today we have learned about midpoint theorem, theorem 1, and the converse of the midpoint theorem. And we have also done the 3 sums from exercise 8.2. The rest of the sums will be discussed in the next video. Please copy all the sums in your classwork copy. Thank you.